Right to that breaking news, an anti-Muslim terror attack in New Zealand. The Prime Minister there is calling it one of the nation's darkest days. A gunman attacked 2 mosques while hundreds of Muslims were praying.
The man who is claiming responsibility and charged with murder is an extreme right-wing white supremacist who live-streamed the attack, saying it was aimed at immigrants. Security stepping up here in the U.S. That's a live look at the Islamic Cultural Center right here in New York City. So here's what we know right now. At least 49 people were killed, 48 more wounded, multiple IEDs discovered attached to vehicles, and 3 people are now in custody. Our senior foreign correspondent Ian Pannell starts us off with the very latest.
Horrific scenes in a normally peaceful country playing out at 2 mosques in Christchurch as worshippers were at midday prayers, the holiest of the week. Multiple people ruthlessly gunned down. At 1:42 p.m. local time, witnesses say a man dressed all in black entered the Masjid al-Nur mosque, shooting an automatic weapon.
People were running out. I saw some people had blood on their body and some people were limping.
This man, seen with blood on his shirt, was the last to escape, hiding under a bench.
He just came in, he was shooting, and I'm thinking that, if I get out, I'll get shot, so I'm just keeping my fingers crossed so I could be alive. But yeah, I was the last guy to come out of the mosque after the shooting stopped. And on the doors, there were a lot of bodies.
The killer then drove 3 miles across town to the Linwood Mosque, where he opened fire again. Armed police closed in on the scene, searching cars for suspects, guns drawn. Police ramming a suspect's car, and then you can see him being taken into custody beside the vehicle. 2 men and a woman now in custody in connection to the attacks. The shooter, who appears to have been from Australia, is linked to a 74-page manifesto filled with white supremacist rhetoric. He's charged with murder. Police also saying they defused 2 improvised explosive devices that were found on a vehicle after the shootings. Amidst the chaos, police officials now warning people to stay away from any mosque in New Zealand for now, in case of further violence.
I want to ask anyone that was thinking of going to a mosque anywhere in New Zealand today not to go, to close your doors until you hear from us again.
Ambulances rushing victim after victim to hospitals as bystanders help the wounded.
We pulled up and I opened up my driver's door and got out, and we pulled him round behind and then opened up the back as well, give us some protection. I'm 66. I never thought in my life I'd live to see something like this.
Overnight, New Zealand's Prime Minister condemning this terrorist attack.
This is one of New Zealand's darkest days. Clearly, what has happened here is an extraordinary and unprecedented act of violence.
So, details still coming in about the attacker, his alleged accomplices, but most importantly, the victims. 2 reasons why this was so shocking. 1, it was broadcast live by the attacker himself, but most importantly, this is a country that has never seen a terrorist attack ever before. But nor should it be seen in isolation. There's been a noticeable increase in extreme right-wing terrorist attacks from America to Europe and elsewhere. And whether you're going to a mosque, to a church, or to a reasons why this was so shocking. 1, it was broadcast live by the attacker himself, but most importantly, this is a country that has never seen a terrorist attack ever before. But nor should it be seen in isolation. There's been a noticeable increase in extreme right-wing terrorist attacks from America to Europe and elsewhere. And whether you're going to a mosque, to a church, or to a temple today, the chances are you're going to be on high alert as you do the most peaceful possible thing: pray.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel.
All right, Shalom. First, let's start by saying all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Shai, Ba'ashem Kakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles that rule well. And salutations to the brothers that's doing the truth and sincerity. Now, this whole thing that's going on in New Zealand is prophecy. To start off with first. It's part of the elite's agenda. All right, I'm going to start with this scripture, though. This is Psalm chapter 68, verse 20. He that is our power is the power or the God of salvation. And unto the Most High, the Lord, belongeth the issues from death. Right? So all the people that was killed with this whole terrorist thing was done by the Lord. You saw got the people thinking that Satan doing it. And, these people were innocent. They were praying and all this extra shit. But, all of this stuff is happening because we're in a time of the end. And there's no one innocent. This is the time that the world is being judged. So, and Esau does things like this to further his agenda. See, let me see. Up in the book Satan Angels Exposed on page 163, and I bring this out. I used to bring this out a lot. But it gives you the agenda. It says World War III, the Mazzini Pike Blueprint, also called for a World War III. This would begin by firing up the controversy between Judaism and the Muslim world. And, they did that, and they're still doing it. And like he said, there's been attacks on mosques, in multiple countries. And that's just adding fuel to the hatred, fuel to the fire of the controversy between the Christians and the Muslims that has been going on lately. So that part of the agenda is happening. It says they hope.
We want to get right to that break.
It says they hope that the Zionists and Muslims will destroy each other and bring the rest of the world into a final conflict. This Armageddon would bring complete social, political, and economic chaos. Okay, yeah, that's enough. Yeah, so what you see going on, all this stuff is orchestrated. That's why I put that movie in the beginning. Rampage. Rampage gave you exactly what's going on over there in New Zealand, which also happened over here in the U.S. And it's just Satan bringing about his agenda, because when they do stuff like that over here in the U.S., that gives them reason to pass certain laws, like they aiming at gun control right now. That's one of the big things that they trying to get the guns from the people. So when they do send in the troops, it don't be nothing, no real type of chaos. But it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen like that. I mean, it's not gonna be that easy, because the Lord said these people gonna be rioting. There's gonna be all types of deaths and everything. So. But I'm going to start with this Micah. This is Micah chapter 2, verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity, meaning destruction, and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it. 'Cause that's evil. These these terrorist attacks and all that shit, forget the Muslims. They getting their judgment. But this is a well thought out plan that's been happening for the last couple years. It says, when the morning is light, they practice it because it's in the power of their hand, and they use these events to pass certain laws. And the ultimate goal is to bring in a new world order. So it says, and they covered fields, and Trump said something about this situation. I didn't get to hear it, but they over here in the U.S., they use this situation. It says, because it is in the power of their hand, right? So they got the power to do this. Ain't no coincidence that all of this stuff is happening. The same thing that's happening in these The same thing happened over in the U.S. is happening in these different countries, and vice versa. Now let's just say that this wasn't orchestrated. They can still use this. This is our Revelation chapter 12, verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Talking about this world. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, destruction. For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. Right? And these elites know that they got a short time. So, they use events like this to pass legislations. And I'm going to have to check that out. See what happened after this. But, yeah, they just ultimately going to bring in that new world order. But, the Lord's elect going to be saved from that. Some brothers going to be put to death. And, some brothers going to get the spiritual power to fight back. This is Amos chapter 5, verse 18. It says, woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. Because, you got Christians that be like, we can't wait till Jesus come back and all this extra shit. But when Yahushua come back, which is his real name, it's going to be total hell going on everywhere. You're not going to be able to escape what's coming, even if you did flee to another country. Because in these other countries, you see in New Zealand, you got terrorist attacks happening. You got diseases breaking out everywhere. Over there in South America, you got uproars of the people. In the Middle East, you got the Third World War. In the Eurozone, you got their currency being devalued, and you got uproars of the people. So this whole world is going to shit, man. But this is Amos chapter 5, verse 20. Nope, 19. Nope, Slakia. 18. Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord, to what end it is for you, right? Because there's an elect, and you got a 2/3 that's going to be killed off. And then after that, those that remain of the heathen are going straight into slavery. And Jake going to be raised back up. The world going to be brought back to righteousness. It says the day of the Lord is darkness and not light. As if a man did flee from a lion and a bear met him, or went into the house and leaned his hand on the wall and a serpent bit him. Right, so there ain't gonna be no escaping what's to come. These are just little events, meant to stir the people up, pass legislations, help bring the new world order, get everybody scared, yeah, so verse 20, shall not the day of the Lord Yahweh be darkness and not light, even very dark? There's no brightness in it, right? So it ain't gonna be nothing but chaos going on, in the day of the Lord, man. This is Daniel chapter 12, verse 1. It says, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time, thy people shall be delivered. Who? The elect. The Lord's elect. From this place over here in America. Everyone that shall be found written in the book of life. You know. And many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall wake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt. Because you got brothers that died for the truth. That's going to wake up. You know, and get their spiritual body. And then you got the ones that's going to wake up to the fact that what, you know, we've been saying through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai, we have the elect, has been true. And it's going to be too late for them. So, but when they get in the kingdom, they're going to have that everlasting content. You know, then it's going to eventually go away. But, yeah, the Lord's people going to be delivered. His elect going to be delivered from this, man. But with that being said, all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles that rule well. And salutations to the brothers that's doing the truth and sincerity. Shalom.